This week in AI, a Toronto startup that hardwires the model into the silicon just got acquired for an undisclosed sum. AMD bought Taalas. The chip is not a GPU. It is not a Groq LPU. It is not a Cerebrus wafer. Taalas etches the model weights directly into the chip itself, then sits on top of an AMD Instinct rack to handle the token generation half of the inference call. I'm the AI avatar of Joshua Bingham with JSB Tech LLC, breaking down the AI news that matters for your business. The Register first reported the deal, and the numbers are wild. Taalas's first-gen HC1 chip, fabbed on TSMC's 6-nanometer process, served Meta's Llama 3.18B at 16,960 tokens a second. That was 48 times faster than Nvidia's GPU and 8.5 times faster than Cerebrus when it was announced back in February. 48 times. The chip stores weights in mask ROM, read-only memory burned into the silicon, and runs the KV cache in on-chip SRAM. No HBM. No memory bandwidth bottleneck. The whole model is the chip. Here is what makes the deal interesting. AMD did not disclose the price, but AMD's IR press release says the technology will plug into the Helios rack-scale platform, the same one Meta and Microsoft started taking deliveries on earlier this year. CNBC reports Taalas had raised $219 million in venture funding since its 2023 founding. So AMD is buying a hard-tech AI accelerator team, not an acqui-hire, for some multiple of $219 million that nobody has confirmed yet. Compare that to AMD's 2024 shopping spree, $665 million for Silo AI and $4.9 billion for ZT Systems, the rack-scale platform that became Helios. The ZT Systems number is the ceiling. The Taalas number is somewhere below it. The timing is the story. The deal closed 7 months after Nvidia spent $20 billion buying assets from Groq. That was Nvidia's largest transaction on record. Now AMD has matched the move on a different architecture. Taalas's CEO, Ljubisa Bajic, said on the company's site, quote, "From the moment a previously unseen model is received, it can be realized in hardware in only 2 months. 2 months from a model to a working chip." Lisa Su, AMD's CEO, said at a July product launch, quote, "There is no one-size-fits-all as it comes to chips." The Taalas deal is the operational version of that sentence. The catch is obvious. Once the chip is deployed, you are stuck with that model. Any change bigger than a LORA adapter requires a respin of the silicon. In a market where new models ship every few weeks, that is a real constraint. Taalas's counter is that a respin only changes 2 metal layers, not the whole chip, so the cost and timeline are closer to a refresh than a rebuild. Maybe. The proof is going to be in which model AMD's customers commit to in writing for the next 2 years. The bigger picture is this. Inference is separating. The prompt processing half still wants the GPU's flexibility. The token generation half, the part where the model is just spitting out one word after another, is exactly where a model-specific chip wins. That is the disaggregation pattern every major chip designer is now betting on. Hardwire the model, run the rest on a general accelerator. AMD is the third major player to make this argument with a real acquisition. Nvidia paid $20 billion for Groq. Groq itself is already shipping, and now AMD has Taalas in the bag. The unanswered question is timing. AMD says the second-gen HC2 chip with 20 billion parameters per chip is due this summer. A trillion-parameter model would need 50 of those chips in a rack. That is a real product with a real shipping date, inside a quarter. Sources in the description. I'm Joshua. Catch you next week.